What's up, everybody? So this whole makeup by Patrick Ta launch that everybody's upset about, that is what I feel is ended in disaster because of him stealing and not crediting a black woman in the UK who has been known for this technique or has improved this technique. This launch has been so disastrous that even other influencers who are talking about his product are coming under fire. So Tony Bravo, she had covered some of the same transition blushes that he just put out, and people are coming for her throat. Jackie Aina, or now known as Jackie Asamoah, talked about the Patrick Ta blushes and stuff like that, did her promo on that right around the time that this whole thing came out. And so people feel that it's tone deaf. They're upset because let me tell you something. I don't know about Tony Bravo and some of the other influencers, but Jackie Asamoah built her platform off of being an activist, and it's just unfortunate. It's basically talking about representation with shades, representation with the right tone for things, the right blushes for things. She did foundation line with Born This Way. She did Forever Mood and stuff like that. But when it comes to makeup, she did a foundation line with Born This Way and stuff like that. And there's been so much controversy over the years. She has called out a lot of brands that don't make the necessary space, but yet they want our money. You know what I'm saying? There was another South Sudanese influencer, her name leaves me right now, that also talked about blush shades and the appropriate blush shades for black women, and how that these companies have not made any extra shades that actually do the job. If you are going to tap into this market, actually have black models from different shades so that you can create the right thing, and it's not just something that you're just throwing at them. Because back in the day, let me tell you something, back in the day they didn't have much width when it comes to foundation shades or makeup, whatever. It was tailored for Caucasian skin, Caucasian undertones, and Caucasian, I guess, lighting, how their faces and stuff like that. And the light foundation, there wasn't anything much darker than maybe your hand or something like that. And so in the past, and I would listen to supermodels like Naomi Campbell and these people when they're talking about getting the right foundation. You have Beverly Johnson and all these black supermodels in the past. They've had to buy 2 foundations to get the right shade and do that sort of magic to get the right shade for their face in terms of makeup. And then Naomi Campbell specifically, she had been friends with the founder of the NARS makeup brand, and he developed some things for her. In past interviews, I found she had talked about her friendship with the founder of NARS Cosmetics. So fast forward to 2026, it's been a long way. Influencers have made the groundwork or have laid the groundwork to put products out there, highlight brands that are making space for foundation shades, the right blush shades, the right stuff for brown and black skin. And then when Fenty came out, she's always on point with having the correct range from the lightest of the light with the correct undertones to the darkest of the dark with the correct undertones for that. And everybody could find everything based on what. So there was some sort of inclusivity. So my point I'm making is Jackie Aina came to the forefront for all these years as a voice. That was part of her image. So lately, she came under fire because she was talking about Patrick Ta's thing, transition shades and all that stuff, right around the time that he was facing backlash. And then they were calling out Tony Bravo. They're calling her out specifically. I don't know. I feel like Jackie Asamoah is just getting a lot of fury. She's like, out of all the influencers, she's the one influencer that everybody's just grabbing by the throat over this, because they're angry that she did not put Patrick Ta in his place.
Unfortunately, when you have unintentionally made yourself the face for standing up for injustice against Black women, especially like in the beauty space, in the makeup space, or whatever beauty related, you just don't have the luxury of picking and choosing which injustice you're going to speak out for. Now, walk with me here, please. Because as somebody who follows Jackie, the video showcasing Patrick Ta's products in light of what's going on with him biting off of Painted by Esther was definitely distasteful. And I'm here for the accountability, but what I will not be here for is you guys trying to cancel another black woman because of what this Asian man did. So in as much as you guys want to hold her accountable, just show a little grace. She have contractual obligations to fill. A paycheck is a paycheck. This is why some beauty creators, they just post their transitional videos, they post their makeup videos, and they don't even talk to us. They don't even talk to us because they know that you're damned if you do and you are damned if you don't. When it comes to this topic of Jackie Aina picking and choosing, it's like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't, because especially when she just called out Elf, calling out James Charles, calling out people, we would like for her to call out everybody. Again, she has contractual obligations to fulfill. So once you guys know that, you guys will have peace. As a consumer of content and as a consumer of products, stop putting godly expectations on human beings. Human beings are human beings. We will all disappoint each other one way or the other. It's just the truth of the matter. So it is what it is. But listen, take the light off of Jackie and put the heat back onto Patrick Ta. That is the person that deserves all the smoke and all the gas and all the things. Put it back on him, because this is how they are able to continue to stay ahead. Because what they do, it's all a plan. This is all literally all in their plan book, in their mood board, in their game plan, whatever you want to call it. What they do is they intentionally rage bait the black community, but they already have it in play where they will have 2 or 3 popular black creators that they're going to use to promote the product, so that it will take the heat off of them, and it will now put the heat onto the black creators, and now we're losing sight of the plot, and now we're fighting each other.
As of a few hours ago, it was reported that Jackie Aina is taking a break from TikTok. Here's the story, but you know I'm not a storyteller. This story takes place with Patrick Ta, who is a brand influencer, makeup artist, and have his own makeup brand. And then you have 3 black women that come in this drama. You have Esther, who's the person that created the technique that Patrick Ta allegedly stole from and created his new launch using that technique and trademark the name for the technique. Also go as far as sending a member of his team to work with Esther and record the process to report back to him so he can continue to build his $1 million empire. Next, you have Jackie Aina, who was working with Patrick Ta, who received PR and looked like was part of the campaign, because there's video of Patrick Ta practicing this process on her, and she made a review of the product she received. So most likely there's probably was already a brand deal in the work with Jackie Aina. Now Jackie Aina made her video promoting the product, say what she had to say, review the product, and keep it moving. Then to continue, it looks like some question was asked of Jackie Aina on why she would support that. Jackie Aina says, she reviewed the product. If you want to support Patrick Ta, you can support Patrick Ta. If you don't want to support Patrick Ta, you don't have to support Patrick Ta. I'm not Patrick Ta keeper. Are we there? Okay. Now we are with Juvia's Place owner Chi Chi. Now, Jackie Aina also stated she would never work with Chi Chi, which is Juvia's Place CEO. Why, you say? It looks like a lot of people forgot. In 2021, Chi Chi spewed the most disgusting, vile, unprofessional, hateful thing. Talk about Jackie Aina being with a married man, allegedly something about GoFundMe, Jackie Aina only choose herself, something that a professional CEO would never do. But here we are. We cannot expect professionalism from everybody. Now, where this conversation is being had, to me, is because the conversation about this man, Patrick Ta, who stole from a black woman, has left the building. Hundreds of influencers still promoting his product. They still got followers and views. He's still making his money. He's still talking about this product. Now we have 3 black women fighting each other. The conversation is fully being carried by Jackie Aina's back. And we're letting this mean man steal from us and getting away with it. We're making a black woman do all the work and get all the hate. Well, who is the thief? This plastic man is the thief. I don't know why we do this to ourselves.
And stand up for Painted by Esther. And so she put out her statement saying, look, I did not ask people what to buy. I merely talk about a lot of things and a lot of products and what's out there, but I did not ask anybody to buy. I tell you anybody what to do. Whatever y'all got going on over there, do you. Oh, nobody like that. They're ready to block Jackie. They're ready to just, I don't know, but it's been a rumble and a tumble over there in the TikTok streets. But let me tell you something. I will have to say this. Influencers don't really owe you anything. And I understand that maybe she should have things, but she and Patrick Ta are friends. And she does not see it that way. It's true. She doesn't see it that way. She don't see it the way she feels that is other people's problems over there. When it's her problem, she deals with that and gets on board with that. And if it's anyone's problem, and some people are like this. Personally, should she stand by Painted by Esther? Yes. Just because. Should she get all the heat? No, because let me tell you something. What is happening is Patrick Ta, everybody's forgetting about Patrick Ta and his foolishness. And everybody's all on Jackie about she sticking up for him, basically falling on the sword for him. And she's getting all the smoke. And everybody's forgetting that. And what I want to come out and say is, do not forget who the problem is. A lot of these people do this. They put out something out there. They rage bait. They don't say anything. They're unapologetic. They have the black community in a tussle. And then if you're an influencer and you push their stuff, they put actually right at the same time, they were just giving a lot of black creators those transition blushes. It wasn't just Jackie Asamoah. It was Tony Bravo, and some other influencers. Gloria, I think. Don't get me wrong. If that's not true, put it in the comments. There were a couple other black influencers all of a sudden, because remember, he doesn't pay black influencers. Remember the last year and a half, the sister came out and said, man, this guy just used me. He didn't even pay me. And she did all this work for him, this other influencer. So how all of a sudden he's doing all of this stuff, not taking credit, and then he's giving the black influencers to push his product. I know he's paying good too. I know he's paying real good. So what is happening now, they're getting that Patrick Ta money, and then they're getting the fire. And a lot of people do that. A lot of non-black people do that. They back up and they just let y'all get at it. And so the heat comes off of them and onto you. So I think we need to remember, hey, they're stealing ideas, content. They don't give credit. They may not want to collab, but they don't put where things are due. And they're basically trademarking things, trying to basically to limit people from their growth, basically, and all that stuff. And the heat should be on him. I need the heat to get back on Patrick Ta. He's out there standing up for all kinds of political stuff too, going to a certain country, talking about how he loved them and all this stuff while a whole situation is going on. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments. So this is a mess, but a lot of people don't care. But I really feel that we need to not jump on the black influencers. They probably are not acting the way we like, but we need to keep the heat, the hot seat, on the person that is doing the problem. Right now it's Patrick Ta. He's in the hot seat. He's been stealing. He's the thief. Those are the allegations, and we need to keep that on him.